Okay, and here we go, another incredible week, B'siyata D'Shmaya, of learning a little bit about Tefillah each and every day, Baruch Hashem. This, I believe, is our 51st Shiur together, and B'siyata D'Shmaya, we're about to begin the topic of Tefillah called Kri'ah. We've learned about Pegiah, we've learned about Rina, we've learned about Na'aka, Tza'aka, Shaiva, Bitzur, and now we get up to the topic called Kri'ah. And he quotes David HaMelech in Tehillim that teaches Bitzar li Ekra Hashem, that in my distress, Bitzar, who do I call out to? Of course, I call out to Hashem. What does it mean to call out to Hashem? What is a Kri'ah? Says Rav Shimshon Bingus, you know what Kri'ah is? Kri'ah is a tefillah, the type of tefillah. She'koyrei ha'adam la'kadosh baruch hu. You call out to Hashem, mikoyach hechrich, with the understanding, brura, that is clear, shakadosh baruch hu shemei aloi. You're calling out to Hashem, Baruch atah Hashem, when you have the knowledge that Hashem hears your words and the clear understanding that you're talking directly to Hashem. That is this type of tefillah called Kri'ah. And he explains that it's like when one calls out to his friend, that you know he hears you. You know he's listening to you. That is Kri'ah. Now, this sounds very simple. But says Rav Shimshon Binkus, this type of tefillah, the tefillah that sounds almost elementary, sounds basic. But you know what it's reminiscent of? It's reminiscent of an old Bobby, that she sits there and she sings the words of davening. She sits there and she's literally talking to Hashem. It doesn't have to be an elderly Bobby. It doesn't have to be a mother. It could be me. It could be you. It could be anyone. It's that recognition. It's the child. When a kid sometimes learns to daven, you see that when he's davening, you'll ask him, he's like, yeah, I'm talking to Hashem. Such a simplicity. Says Rav Shimshon Binkus, this nikudas hayisoid b'tefillah u'b'chol avodas Hashem. This is a foundational point in all of tefillah and in all of avodas Hashem. Is what? Hatfisa hapshuta. The simple understanding shemitzias Hashem yisparach itanu. Hashem is with us, and that is a mitzius mamoshet, a physical reality. And he continues, and it's no less than the reality. Then this is a table in front of me, this is a camera in front of me, this is a computer in front of me, just like that's real, just like I could feel it. That's the reality that Hashem is in front of us. And he says an incredible line. He says, Ukechol, and any person, sheyitvois ha'adam zois, if you could grab hold of this concept, if we could think for a few moments throughout the day today, what does it mean that there's this real entity, that there's this real conversation, that Hashem is right in front of us? Sheyitvos ha'adam zois yoser b'pashtos. The more you could understand this on this simple level, says Shimshon Binkus, Hainu yoser Yehudi, you're more of a yid. The yoser enoish, and you're more of a human being. The yoser oived Hashem, and you're more serving God. Now that means that this idea, this concept, this such a simple thing, but as our minds grow and as we mature, it unfortunately becomes less simple. Because the more that we understand, the more that we realize, wait, but you're not in front of me. Maybe if a child were to see this conversation here, they would say, oh, look, you're talking to the person on the computer, because they see me and they see the person on the computer. But me and you all know that you're not in front of me. You might be appearing on my screen, but you're not in front of me. But a child with his very simple understanding says, what do you mean? You're there, he's there, you're talking to each other. That is the pashtus, the simplicity, the very normal and natural reality that when we daven to Hashem, when we call out to Hashem, He hears us. He's in front of us. And the more we think about this, the more that we come to this. And this is probably the simplest idea that we've learned till now. 51 different Shearim, 75 pages in the Hebrew Sefer, 134 in the English Sefer. The simplest idea. But the more that we can understand this on this very simple level is the more, let's repeat those lines, the more we're a Yehudi, the more that we're an Enosh, And the more that we're in Avodas Ovid Hashem, and hopefully we'll come to realize how foundational this idea is, thereby allowing us to connect on a totally different plane in all of our tefillos.